On Sunday, the government issued 2 ordinances that said that they could post the top people at their investigating agencies of CBI and ED for 5 years. The decision was immediately received with outrage by opposition parties. The Congress pointed out that the government had issued 83 ordinances in the last 7 years, which means without the rightful parliament scrutiny. The latest is of particular concern because it comes when Parliament is round the corner, just 14 days before the session starts. The TMC and left parties also point out the same thing and pledge to launch an agitation against it. However, the government also followed it up on Monday by announcing that they could also offer extension of service to other chiefs of intelligence like the RNAW head, the Intelligence Bureau, and the Defense and Home Secretaries. The most important takeaway of these orders is, of course, the timing. The opposition may be focusing on it being just a fortnight away from Parliament's session starting, but it's also just before ED Director Sanjay Mishra was due to step down. Mishra's tenure is coming to an end this week, and the timing raises the question if the order helps him after Supreme Court expressly ordered no further extensions for him, saying that extensions should only be given in rare and exceptional cases. Now, Mishra has been in charge of the agency since 2018. The ordinance seems to give the government a way around the SC order to keep the 1984 IRS officer from retiring. The reason why the opposition is riled up is because they say that the ED, which comes under the Finance Ministry, has spent much of its resources going after opposition leaders from Karti Chidambaram, DK Shivkumar to top Trinamool leaders like Abhishek Banerjee. Now, incidentally, a 5-year tenure for CBI or ED Director by itself may not be a bad thing. It was former CBI Director AP Singh who recommended to a select committee on Lokpal Bill in 2012 that a director's tenure should actually be made 5 years. The agency, which is autonomous on paper, the CBI, but relies on the government for administrative needs like officers and funds, argued that the tenure of 2 years was simply too little to see a case from investigation right through to prosecution. They also saw that their peers like the FBI in America had 10 years, the FBI director, and so recommended that. However, the difference in this ordinance is that after the fixed 2-year term, a yearly extension will be decided by a government panel. As one senior CBI official pointed out, this gives an inducement for the CBI director to toe the government line so that he or she will continue to get those yearly extensions. After all, there are very few who like to give up the power of a serving important government post like that of a CBI director or an ED director. Now, the selection of the CBI director is done by a high-level committee according to the top court's decisions. In order to have a fair candidate, the committee comprising the Prime Minister, the leader of the opposition, and the Chief Justice of India meet and they decide who is the right person. The Chief Justice of India, in fact, played a very key role in this because he decided and he pointed out that the successful candidate should have at least 6 months tenure left to be chosen. And this time round, this ruled out government favourites like Rakesh Asthana and YC Modi for the post. But now, with this new ordinance, neither the CJI nor the LOP are likely to decide the extensions that are given every year post the 2-year term. So, original appointment, yes, but not the yearly extensions which will be decided after those 2 years. So, this could easily be cleared by the government, including the impartial system that was set up by the top court. Every year, the director will have the sword of extension hanging over his head. So what can we expect? We can expect that this issue will dominate parliament sessions and protests, especially if the government issues an extension order for the ED director Sanjay Mishra. But other than the politics, the question to ask is this: does this order go against the Vineet Narayan judgment of 1997, which is the landmark order which gave the agency safeguards to protect it from the vagaries of power? While there is nothing in the text, experts believe that it goes against the essence of the Vineet Narayan judgment by bypassing its safeguards and, in a way, giving 5 years tenure to those the government finds favorable. The order also makes ED more powerful than any other agency, because while the CBI needs court or state order to start a probe, the Money Laundering Act allows the ED a free pass to probe the financial aspect of any case anywhere in the country. With so many opposition leaders facing their probe, no wonder they are worried. Now, many are saying that they're going to challenge this decision in the courts.